So, welcome everybody, welcome back. And today we have a very interesting guest. We have Govind Singh Bhati, who's an arts curator, an arts manager based in Rajasthan. And he works a lot with folk musicians and curating events for them and so on. Lately, with the whole COVID crisis, he has been working with the Mehrangarh Museum Trust and Jodhpur RIF to kind of help out the folk musicians and build some sort of safety net. Welcome, Govindji. Thanks a lot for making the time and joining us.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me to talk to you. It's very nice of you to think of me and inviting me.
It's an absolute pleasure, and it I can't wait to work with you again because it's such a pleasure playing with the musicians in Rajasthan. I'm really missing that aspect of it.
Yeah, believe me, they all are missing you guys very desperately, and they are all looking forward to get back on the stage and do their magic.
तो वो तो अभी आई थिंक ये साल तो गया बट टू स्टार्ट ऑफ I'd like you to tell our viewers ki what is the situation in Rajasthan with folk music. I mean, outside of the COVID crisis, and what is the kind of work you guys have been doing to get folk music out and to kind of build platforms and spaces for them.
So, one advantage we have on because of this digital and online thing that we can talk in length and we have no time restriction. So when we see Rajasthan and folk music of Rajasthan, one it's very popular. Of course, it's popular all across India and abroad, but it's also popular on regional level, and that's one of the key aspect about Rajasthani folk musician that even today we have so many folk musicians across Rajasthan who are living cultural custodian of our culture and जो हमारा पूरी संस्कृति उसके उसका एंड आई ऑफन से कि जब हम बात करते हैं म्यूजिक की इन क्लासिकल हम लोग कहते हैं कि उस ये घराना है ग्वालियर घराना है या जयपुर घराना है तो वो क्लासिकल में घराना हो जाता है लेकिन मैं राजस्थान के फोक म्यूजिक के बारे में बोलता हूँ तो कि राजस्थान बहुत लकी है कि राजस्थान में फोक म्यूजिशियन के गांव हैं and averagely in between every 4 or 5 villages there will be at least 20 to 50 folk musicians residing and we have a wide range of folk musicians. People only know about few names like Langa and Manganyar and Kalbilia who are popular in mainstream media, but the culture of Rajasthan divided in 9 different parts. तो पूरे राजस्थान में 9 कल्चरल जोन हैं और उन 9 कल्चर जोन में अपना अलग अलग कल्चर है तो जो लंगा मंगन्यार है वो सिर्फ एक कल्चरल जोन जिसको हम मारवाड़ कह सकते हैं उसका हिस्सा है वैसे मेवाड़ ढूंढाड़ हाड़ोती गढ़वाल ये गोडवाड़ ये सारे जो कल्चरल जोन है उनमें सब में भर के मतलब जो है वो आर्ट फॉर्म्स हैं और उनको रिप्रेजेंट करने वाले आर्टिस्ट हैं and at that end the range is really wide so and most of them are only surviving because of support from local level and from many centuries there is a tradition of patronage ship in rural area where a particular community take on responsibility of I will say आज के sense में they sponsor those musicians for lifetime and this bonding is social this bonding is community based like I am a Rajput and my community is associated with musician community for example Manganyar ठीक है तो Rajput as a Rajput I am associated with Manganyar community of musicians was linked with my family for generation. Are we still? I think
I lost you for a
you
second.
are
You're
paused.
back. You're back. Please go on.
Yeah. So that is the connection, and that that was the, and it was very organic, that it was not the rule was not set by a king or ऐसा नहीं था. It was organic. And I think at some point culturally ये डेवलपमेंट हुआ है कम्युनिटीज बेस पे, कि लोगों ने एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करने के लिए एक दूसरे को, और एंटरटेनमेंट के सोर्सेज भी नहीं थे उस जमाने में, तो तब से वो ये चला आ रहा है. और उसकी वजह से अब आज तक जो है वो हम लोग वी आर able to sustain those art form even today without any other supports. And so well, लेकिन अब जो है of course because of new medias and digital age, television, cinema, and so the impact of folk music is also getting little less, और वो थोड़ा फेड हो रहा है. लेकिन फिर भी राजस्थान में अभी भी जो है वो folk म्यूजिक जो है वो काफी है, और उसका प्रभाव भी जो है वो हमको देखने को मिलता है. एंड दैट्स व्हाई यू विल सी दैट आज के टाइम में whether you will go into a wedding or a festival, there will be some Rajasthani element over there, mostly. So because there are so many, and there has been a constant effort to promote them by lots of people and organizations, and I will say government also have done a little bit in that, not much, but a little bit in that sense. So yes, but one thing which is very clear about this, that education is very less. So जो development उनका होना चाहिए, जिस scale पे होना चाहिए, वो नहीं हुआ है. And they are still living in I think 19th century or 18th century. They are not in 21st century. And when we work with folk musicians across the world, and I haven't been lucky and got lots of opportunity to talk to and work with and collaborate with lots of musicians across the world of roots musician especially. तो वहाँ के लोगों को हम देखते हैं, because they are educated, they can research, they can publish their music, they can come up with album ideas, they can produce, they can do lots of things. But unfortunately, our musicians cannot do anything. So their music, although they are so popular, but it has been contained to a certain level. आज भी अगर हम बात करते हैं तो केसरिया बालम के अलावा लोगों को कोई और राजस्थानी गाना पता नहीं है, और अभी घूमर आ गया तो घूमर के बारे में पता चल गया, उसके अलावा मतलब you don't know. But if you ask a musician, they will say 1,000 or 100, at least 100 welcome songs just to welcome. केसरिया बालम जैसे जो है 100 गाने हैं, ठीक है, नाचने के जो है वो 100 गाने हैं, बरसात के ऊपर 100 गाने हैं, पेड़ों के ऊपर 100 गाने हैं, नेचर के ऊपर बहुत कुछ है. तो लेकिन जो कंटेंट जो है वो आई थिंक जितना उसको प्रमोशन और एक्सपोजर मिलना चाहिए था, वो अभी भी जो है वो नहीं मिला है. तो दैट इज देयर. एंड ऑफ कोर्स जो फाइनेंशियल अगर कंपोनेंट भी देखें तो उसके हिसाब से भी दे आर क्वाइट बैकवर्ड and facing lots of challenges, but because they love their culture, they love their tradition, and I think it's because of only folk musicians that today जो राजस्थान का जो कल्चर के नाम पे जो झंडा ऊंचा है, it's because of them, because they are the one who are keeping the language alive, they are the one who are keeping the traditional costume and jewelry alive, and music to hai hai, because people who are now educated and live in city, we have started wearing we don't wear Rajasthani clothes, we don't speak Marwadi or Mewadi or Dhundadi or Haduti. Only these people are actually keeping this alive. So they are very important, and I think people should understand more about them and their contribution in the whole cultural sense.
So one thing that I wanted to ask you is, जो mainstream में, like Rajasthani folk music is much in the mainstream now, more or less compared to other folk music forms in India. तो वहाँ पे there is a lot of exploitation as well, right? So can you tell us something about that and how that can be worked around,
See, I myself, I'm not a musician, but I am very inclined towards the music, and I follow music, with my heart and love music. My days start with, listening at least two or three folk music composition, and that's my meditation. So yes, I totally agree with that. जो exploitation जो हो रहा है because of the modern time, that is there. एंड मेन स्ट्रीम में जो म्यूजिक आया है और जिन लोगों को मेन स्ट्रीम में कंट्रीब्यूट करने का मौका मिला है, दे आर डूइंग एंड दे आर डूइंग गुड, बट आई थिंक देयर इज स्टिल मच मोर नीड to bring out the real beauty of Rajasthani folk musician and folk. When you go to a festival or a concert, you will see a set of song list, and I have actually once sat and try to make a list कि कितने गाने जो है राजस्थानी के जो है वो मेन स्ट्रीम उसमें पॉपुलर हैं, तो I couldn't go beyond 50 songs, and that is said because 50 songs doesn't represent music of Rajasthan, and मतलब हमारे पास तो 50 से ज़्यादा तो community है, of different music forms. So why we have only 50 songs popular across Rajasthan? So because as artists are also not open to present things which is very interesting and deep from their culture, and they are also falling in that भेड़ चाल की पॉपुलर है तो दमादम से ही शुरू होता है शो और छाप तिलक पे खत्म हो जाता है, and they are not actually Rajasthani genre. There's Sufi tradition. Yes, there has been an impact of Sufi music in Rajasthan, but because and then audience also is like that. Like when we go to we have four music in-house, four music band with whom we work throughout the years, and when we started working with those musicians, one of the band is called Ritila. So when we started working with them, and they are all young musicians of my age or your age, and we decided that we will not do any popular number for at least 10 shows. जो राजस्थान से बाहर हम करेंगे, हम 10 शो तक हम कोई पॉपुलर नंबर करेंगे ही नहीं, यानी नो दमादम, नो केसरिया बालम, नो गोरबंद, नो rumal and all those popular, and we will try to bring out the songs which is more popular in actual rural areas, and I remember the very first show which we did it in 2017, I think, in World Sacred Spirit Festival in Jodhpur, and we had around audience from all over the world, and people really appreciate that, and we got some like great feedback. One French fellow who have been following Rajasthani music from 30 years, and he's been coming to Rajasthan almost every 2 or 3 years and know all the popular Rajasthani music. And his comment to our artist was that after very long he have heard something really refreshing music of Rajasthan, and because music have that power, and as a musician I think you will understand more than me that you don't need a language, then to convey the message of music. It itself enough powerful, because जो सरगम है वो अपने आप में वो बहुत जादू करने वाली चीज है, तो उससे ज्यादा आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप मतलब माहौल में आके अच्छा आलाप ले जाते हो, वो भी लोगों के रोंगटे खड़े कर देता है, that magic music है। तो now because of that we are today we have a list of at least 100 songs which were not popular in last five years, but now because we have started doing, and I've been lucky that I've been working with folk musicians a lot through various means, through festivals and all. And I always try to tell musicians that don't do the repetitive thing. Try to explore. And we have been telling them even to create new songs. That why to stuck only on the songs which is old. Why can't Rajasthani musicians can create new songs? Now that is still very difficult, but we are trying to explore that also. That like one thing which I really appreciate about Punjabi folk music, that in Punjab, because Punjab as a language is also a recognized language, and unfortunately Rajasthani language is not recognized by our constitution. We are still fighting for that language to be recognized.
Oh.
So because of that, also there is challenge. But so in Punjab, if you see, there's lots of music which is popular on the regional level, and on Punjab level is inspired from folk. Whether you will hear to name any popular, it's all inspired from the music or language. But in case of Rajasthan, you hear very little when it comes to publication or movies or uh, or even the festival. So that is the one challenge, and I think now the artists who have got recognition on a higher platforms, who are popular, it's their responsibility to bring out those gems which are hidden in the sand and under the dunes, and bring out the people, because I think the music of Rajasthan have one very special magic. It attracts everybody, whether you are Indian or you are from abroad or anywhere. It can catch you. And I think it's applies to all the music. But मैं राजस्थान का हूँ तो राजस्थान का ज़्यादा पक्ष लेता हूँ. But yes, I think it's music, also musicians' responsibility to educate their audience about their music. More than anything. And if you keep singing only 5 songs, and yes, most of the audience doesn't language. They will to clap and say, "Wow, badhiya," we love your music and all that. So they won't be happy with that. Explore the little bit more. So that's what I think about it.
तो आपने जो मेंशन किया ना पेटर्नेज सिस्टम का, कि जैसे आप राजपूत है तो मंगनियार्स को आप पेटर्नाइज करते हो एंड सो ऑन. अभी एक चीज है कि विद अ लैक ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, इज द ट्रेडिशन स्टिल पासिंग फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन, कि वो एक जनरेशन का ब्रेक हो गया तो विल लूज द ट्रेडिशन फॉर एवर ना, इन अ सेंस. तो वो तो नहीं हो रहा है ना राजस्थान में.
It's not everywhere. It's uniformly कि सब जगह एक जैसा ही वो जैसा था वैसा चल रहा है. It lots depends on the communities and people and how they are perceiving the music and culture bit. Like आज के टाइम में Western Rajasthan, which is like 5 district, Badmer, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Bikaner. In that area, if you see, the patronage system is still very strong, and musicians are still connected with the communities who they have been connected culturally. Manganiyars are connected with the Rajputs. Then Langa, there is another community which is very popular, Langa. So they have patron who are Muslim, Meher जो बोलते हैं. So they are their patrons. Then there are other communities like Jat, Chaudhary, and Kumar. टेलर communities जो है उसके लोग. So lots of communities, Brahmin as well, have musician under their patronship in different part of Rajasthan. But it's more live in Western Rajasthan, because somehow in that area the communities are still living in that harmony. And one which interesting aspect about this, that many music communities are Muslim. Like Langas are Muslim, Mangniyars are Muslim, and then there is a Jogi in Alwar and that region. They are all Muslim, and they all have patrons Hindu. They all sing music of for Hindus. They sing Aarti, they sing bhajans, they sing songs, they sing everything. devotional to emotional, all the जो music के भाव हैं, they cover. And it's been a very in a harmonical way. It's been continuing from centuries. And but in some parts, like I do research trip also in Rajasthan and travel to explore artists and understand more about the folk music and to educate myself about it. So in one of the trip we went to Sri Ganganagar, which is on the Punjab border. Jagjit Singh ji वहाँ के थे originally, Sri Ganganagar. So and it used to have a very strong music culture because it was a border district of Rajasthan and Punjab, and so it was desert music and the music of Punjab both had kind of merged together, and it was a new kind of music. And over there we have some communities called Mir and Mirasi. So Mirs are traditionally they are inclined towards more of the Sufi music. Again, because of Punjab influence, because Punjab had a lot of Sufi music influence in their music. So probably because of that, Mirs have inclines towards that. But Mirs के भी जो जजमान थे वो again same my community party communities के लोग थे. And over the time what have happened that those patrons have either migrated from those areas or the musicians have migrated from that area, so they are connect, there was that disconnect. And now some of them are when you talk to them they still say yes हमारे जजमान है लेकिन कौन तुम्हारे जजमान है. Like in my case I we have a family which is connected to us. Every year they come to our house. We have to pay or gift certain amount of things, money, etc to them. If there is a wedding in their family, we have to send the stuff. If there is a wedding in my family, he will decide the music and all the entertainment. Okay, he will select which musician will come and perform in my events. I cannot decide that. Although I'm an arts manager and do events for the people, but in my choice, in my case, I don't have choice. Like in my own wedding, he all the musician, he have group to perform because that's how the culturally it has been. And then of course they share all the money and his responsibility, his उनका हक है बेसिकली. बट तो कास्ट सिस्टम जो है वो माइग्रेशन की वजह से आई थिंक मॉडर्न लाइफस्टाइल की वजह से वो खत्म भी हो गई है. ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी भी जिंदा है, लेकिन बहुत जो वेस्टर्न राजस्थान है वहां पे अभी भी जो है वो इट इज क्वाइट अलाइव and people are appreciative about folk musicians. And I've been watching abhi during the corona because of all whole online this thing, the musicians have started doing their own live shows and all. And and in the comments I could read somebody from sitting in Bombay or some part of South India and watching that show and sending. I said कि मेरी तरफ से मैं 500 रुपए आप मेरे को ये गाना गाओ and all that. So because they are connected to it, they are living in some other part of country. They are not in Rajasthan, but they are still connected and feel connected to it. So that is there. But yes, of course, slowly this connection and the harmony is also now fading away with the time, and there are many reasons to that. But I'm happy that at least in area where I belongs to, people are still appreciative about folk musicians. And see, in mainstream you can only see 50 or 60 artists, but only in 5 districts of Rajasthan, western Rajasthan, there are more than 10,000 Manganiyar. I'm not talking about any other communities. 10,000 Manganiyar artists who only live and survive on music. So now you can imagine if you decline in the support system, but yes, it is still there and people are still supporting the music.
तो आपने जैसे बताया कि ये चीज मैंने भी नोटिस किया था जब भी राजस्थान आया हूँ कि a lot of the musician communities are Muslim and then the Rajputs and so on are Hindu. तो वो काफी syncretic है. इसके बारे में आप कुछ बता सकते हैं हिस्टोरिकली कॉन्टेक्स्ट, क्योंकि वी नो मोटा मोटी द हिस्ट्री ऑफ राजस्थान एंड देन इट्स आल्सो बॉर्डर स्टेट, पार्टीशन भी हुआ है वहाँ पे, तो कुछ बता सकते हैं आप हिस्टोरिकली वो कैसे डेवलप हुआ है?
See, there has been not a proper research on this. जो जानकारी हमें जो है it is all सुना सुनाया ज्ञान है, एंड जो जो थोड़ा बहुत रिसर्च हुआ है उसके ऊपर बेस्ड हमारा नॉलेज है। तो एक तो कि when in 8th century when the invasion have started, so with the invasion the conversion of religion also started, right? And then in was a time when Hindu religion or Sanatan religion have been also going through a renaissance। जो धर्म सुधार था वो भी साथ साथ में चल रहा था, और there was lots of things which was there in religion itself, which made people to think ki what to do. And then of course there was a cultural separation by the strong caste system, where musicians communities have been always considered as the lower caste in those times. So because of that, and then after the invasions, there has been a forceful conversions also। तो वो जो धर्म परिवर्तन हुआ है उसकी वजह से, तो एट सम के बारे में बोलते हैं कि दे बोथ वर पार्ट ऑफ सेम स्ट्रीम, और वो एक ही कम्युनिटी थी। और ये इसके बाद में जब ये जो हमारे देश पे जो मंगोलों का और मुगलों का जो अटैक्स वगैरह हुए हैं, और उसके बाद में जो धर्म परिवर्तन का जो दौर चालू हुआ, तो उसमें एट सम पॉइंट दे माइट हैव चेंज और मे बी फोर्स्ड टू चेंज देयर रिलीजन, and that have happened and with many communities, so like in south, if you see during the time of Britishes, lot of people have changed their religions, so and forcefully also. So at some point they were all, which community they were, which religion they were. Now these are all the questions which is need to be researched. There is no proper research about it, and at least I don't know about it. So जो हमें जो लोकल लोगों से, जो कलाकारों से बात करने को से मिलता है, एंड लाइकवाइज देयर इज अ कम्युनिटी कॉल्ड जोगी, जो अलवर और मेवात का जो रीजन है वहां पे है। इन दैट कम्युनिटी अगेन देयर इज हिंदू एंड मुस्लिम बोथ, देयर आर हिंदू जोगी एंड देयर आर मुस्लिम जोगी, and they are follower of Guru Gorakhnath. I'm sure you have heard about Guru Gorakhnath, so they follow one idol both, but they practice two different religion, कि उनका जो and Gorakhnath was the again the worshipper of जिसको हम बोलते हैं तो या अघोरी जिसको बोलते हैं, is one of the form of Shiva. So गोरखनाथ के फॉलोवर हैं, और वो again they perform for all the Hindu. Muslim sings Ramayana, Muslim sings Mahabharat, Muslim sing Krishna Leela, and they have their own version of Mahabharat which they sing, and they have around 60 mythological tales which inspired again from our Hindu mythology. So that all these things, and in context of Manganiyar, it is very interesting that they do, of course, do namaz and all, and they do nikah and all, but their attire is very similar to Rajputs, and they worship all the local deities like Baba Ramdev करके हमारे एक local पीर हैं, जिनको राजस्थान, गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र में भी जो है लोग आते हैं उनको वर्शिप करने के लिए, तो उनको वो उनकी पूजा करते हैं। देन देयर इज अ लोकल डाइटी कॉल्ड माता रानी भटियाणी, जो बाड़मेर में उनका एक स्थान है, तो उनकी जो है वो उनकी पूजा करते हैं. नाउ Islam is against the worshipping idols and all that, but they do. So it's I think it's another for musician. When I see, I think they have evolved more than people like us. For them religion is just a form of practice, that I believe in this, I practice this, but I'm not, bound or contained to only in this. My existence is beyond that. So I think they have been able to evolve in that sense, for which I think we common people are not. So that maybe because of music or something else, but in that sense, they have been involved. That they can just live with these things. But yeah, and it's amazing that how in today's time कि आज बहुत बहुत कुछ जो है इन चीजों पे बातें होती है, एंड आप ऑनलाइन और वो सब देखते हैं, तो it's there, but in rural areas where when I go, I don't see any tension with the people. They are all sitting in each other's house, talking, singing together, helping each other to just lead a good life.
It's very fascinating, yeah. This I've noticed in Bengal also with the Baul Fakirs and उन
Yeah.
लोग का तो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है कि ये सब्जेक्ट कैसे टैकल होता है. But coming to
Hmm.
your work in Rajasthan and Jodhpur Riff, which is a fantastic festival, and all of and if I'm not wrong, you used to live at the Mehrangarh Fort, no?
Yes, yes. My father used to work there, and I also have worked in Marangarh Museum Trust for a certain time of period. And I had I had a small quarter over there in the fort. So and I am with my father and all in all, I have lived inside the Marangarh Fort for 22 years.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. So tell us more
Yeah.
about that, yeah, about the museum and Riff and all of those initiatives.
Yeah, so मेरा जो पूरा I have not done any kind of a professional course or a study about the culture and this thing, and it was just interest out of interest, and Mehrangarh had played a very big role in my whole career orientation, and I joined them in 2006, right after finishing my study, and I started working over there as a sales executive in their. There's a museum shop in the fort, where they sell all the souvenirs and all that. So I was a sales executive in the shop, and we used to sell stuff and all that. And then Mehrangarh was also a hub of culture, where a lot things were happening even before the festivals and all. I got to see a lot of things, and for a very long time I have lived with my father alone. It was me and my father. My mother was living in the village, and my father was also expert about folk music. He himself was used to play morchang and jodia pawa, which is algoza. Algoza. So algoza is a longer. Jodia Pava is a half of it, which is again popular, and so he used to play that also, and had a very deep knowledge about folk music. So he used to tell me stories about songs and all, and he used to tell that ये चिरमी गाना है. अच्छा, चिरमी के बारे में तुम्हें क्या पता है? What is चिरमी? क्यों इतना पॉपुलर हुआ? इसके पीछे क्या कहानी? ये पपैया प्यारा गाना है. ये पपैया प्यारा कौन सी स्टोरी से आया? क्योंकि लॉट्स ऑफ फोक म्यूजिक इज ऑल्सो बेस्ड ऑन फोक लोर. जो कहानियां थी उनके ऊपर बना हुआ है, उन करेक्टर के ऊपर बना हुआ है. तो he have over the time constantly, because it was me and my father, both of us, and he used to love share and talk about all those things. So I used to listen, and at that time I never thought that I will at one point get into this stream and will be working as arts or cultural manager. But yeah, and then in Mehrangarh I got to see another expansion of the folk arts, where I got chance to see exhibitions and lectures and workshops and shows and lots of things. So that all have made me kind of switch my career from that particular typical say ki let's do something different in life. And I have learned French language also in between, because I was somewhere interested in doing guiding in French language, because in India we have a lot of French travelers coming in. So I went and learned French language for 6 months in Ahmedabad and then come back. But then in 2007, the Jodhpur Rev started happening in Jodhpur, and I told my boss in the Maranwood Fort that I want to work with this event. So matlab, you put me so that, because I want to see more folk music and so he said okay. So they deputed me from the museum shop to with the festival, to work with the festival team and to coordinate things for them and all. So it started from there, and then slowly they started another festival in 2008 called World Sacred Spirit Festival, which is earlier used to known as Sufi Music Festival. So again, I started working in that, and then slowly, I got to realize that I'm good in this, and managing events and all that, and had a interest in folk music anyway. So around 2010, I left my job from the fort and decided to become a freelancer and work in the arts and events. And yeah, from so on. And then 2014, I made my own company with my life partner Sharon. So we formed a small company and we started working a bit more extensively. So and now one of our major focus is to, I think, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. So one of the key focus of our work is to promote folk musician as much as we can. So now we program folk musician in weddings, we program folk musician in birthdays, we program folk musician and everything. Wherever we can put them, because we think that more platform they get, they will be there will be more people to follow this. So yes, and then with Jodhpur Riff, they have slowly promoted me to work on their folk music component. So there I handle the responsibility. I'm the regional folk arts manager in Jodhpur Riff, and I'm the folk arts head in World Sacred Spirit Festival. So I work with the directors and do the programming for the festival with the festival directors, select the artist, we go and see the artist, we curate shows with the artist, because in both the festival, we present every year more than 350 to 400 musicians. And every year you have to get something interesting, something new, something different. So you have to work to get something new, something different, something. So yeah, and it's so far it's quite interesting. And then of course we got chance to work with people like you and Ram Sampath sir and all those people who have again very kind and humble people. So yes, so far it's quite interesting and quite nice.
तो सर अभी ये जो कोविड क्राइसिस चल रहा है, what are, I'm sure the musicians in Rajasthan, folk musicians, I mean people like us, we still have some social net, but वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है and how do you see this moving forward?
See, the situation of folk musicians in Rajasthan, I will say not great. Again, financially, from the point of view, those who have been doing good work, and like I said, people who are working in a mainstream are only 10%. 30% are living in villages and surviving with whatever they have, or farming, or this thing. And so it's very difficult. And because of the COVID and the new social norms and all, their work is restricted to almost zero. You can't travel out, you can't there are no weddings and events and gatherings are happening. So even in the area where the COVID, there is no cases of COVID and all, people are not doing anything. And although the lockdown have been lifted and all over the Rajasthan, and the monuments have been open, but there is no tourist, because tourism was also a key part for the of livelihood for the folk musicians, because they used to do monuments and there. So tourism is also almost dead right now. So it's a very very difficult situation. And what I heard and what I gathered from various sources, and the Corona Relief Project, which Jodhpur RIF is running with the Mehrangarh Museum Fort. So I've been working with that from the April 2020, and we have been trying to help a little bit to the folk musicians. That they are all having difficulties, and the income source of incomes are almost negligible. So and then of course the government is doing their bit, but what is happening is that it's again it's very very certain amount of they are getting like some ration through government, or some senior artists, and some people are getting some money also. And then there is Narega, but they are folk musicians, and when most of them were traveling, and so they didn't made any Narega card or anything. So now for them to get those work is also challenging. Most of them who were living in the cities now have gone to the village to find work, or to sustain their life, because again in the cities it's more difficult to live than village. You still sustain, however. So lots of challenges for them. And I'm thankful that some organization have been doing a little bit of help. Government is also trying, but still it's like a वो क्या बोलते हैं, चरना में छिड़कने जितना है, काफी नहीं है. और अभी भी जो है वो उम्मीद तो यही करते हैं कि ये कोरोना जो है वो खत्म हो जाए, ताकि जो लोग हैं वो वापस पटरी पे आए. And one thing which I felt that we not only the artists, we Indians are not dependent on, we are very independent people, and somehow we have living on our own from that's how we grown up and brought up, that you have to be independent, you have to live your life and figure out your shit. तो उसकी वजह से the impact of government is also very less in our life. मतलब सड़क पानी और बिजली के अलावा हम गवर्नमेंट की और हेल्थ के अलावा हम गवर्नमेंट से कुछ चाहते भी नहीं. बट दिस इज अ न्यू सिचुएशन वेयर गवर्नमेंट इज आल्सो facing challenges कि अभी क्या करना चाहिए, because otherwise in countries like UK and all, artists over there are getting good funds. Even people who are working in events and art sectors are getting 75% salaries, not by the companies, by government, because company have said that they don't have funding, but government is doing. So those governments have those kind of system from decades. But in our we don't have those system. And I think आर्टिस्ट के दिमाग में सबसे लास्ट में आते हैं. जब शादियां भी होती है तो हाँ, आर्टिस्ट तो क्या, उनको तो बुला लेंगे क्या, वो कहाँ जाएंगे. तो अभी इस टाइम जो है वो मतलब म्यूजिशियन दे आर नॉट प्रायोरिटी टू to anybody. And one thing which is I'm sad about that, although in the case of Rajasthan, that Rajasthan boosts about their culture and all those things, and government also talks about so much about them and this thing. But when it comes to the folk musician, or the people who are actually flag bearer of culture, they have put them in the category which is the lowest. और होना भी ये चाहिए था कि उनको तो सबसे पहले रखना चाहिए था. They are as equal, important as our doctors and warriors and soldiers, and because of them today somewhere Rajasthan is actually सर्वाइविंग, क्योंकि उन लोगों ने तो जाके जो है विदेश में जो है तुम्हारे राजस्थान का इतना प्रमोशन किया है. वो उन्होंने ही जो है वो राजस्थान का जो है वो प्रचार किया है, और उनकी वजह से जो है हम लोग जो है आज पीपल लाइक मी, मेरा ब्रेड एंड बटर जो है वो इसीलिए चलता है क्योंकि समवेयर उन लोगों ने कल्चर को प्रमोट किया है. तो वो है. So yes, in all, I will just say that yes, it's difficult, but like I said, our folk musicians, they have seen toughest situation in their life, so they're coping up. And when I talk to them, they always say कि हाँ गोविंद जी प्रॉब्लम तो है, अभी देखते हैं क्या, एंड के दुआ करते हैं कि ये सब ठीक हो जाए, जल्दी ठीक हो जाए, और हमारा जो है काम काज शुरू हो जाए. एंड with this Corona Relief Project, we are now working in 7 different district of Rajasthan, and we have been helping around more than 50 villages across Rajasthan, and around more than 1,000 family has been sent help to this project, and and lots of people have contributed and that cause. So we are I feel honored that I've been also part of such a nice thing, and people are caring about musicians and folk musicians. So yes, but otherwise तो tough time तो देखो सर सबके लिए, it's tough for me, tough for you, tough for everybody, and everybody is in kind of a tight situation. So ज़्यादा कुछ कहने को और करने को है नहीं. But सच तो ये है कि they are the one who are facing, like you said, we are privileged. We have a house, we have internet, we have some savings, so we can sustain till that 6 months or 1 year. But they don't have a saving of more than 1 month. तो 1 month तो अप्रैल में खत्म हो गया. अभी बाकी जो है वो रिजर्व में गाड़ी चल रही है.
It's very sad. All we can do is hope कि कोरोना निकल जाए, सबके लिए भला होगा. But before we wrap this up, I wanted you to suggest maybe some books people can read to learn more, or maybe places where they can listen to more Rajasthani music. So more real Rajasthani music, not the bastardized kind of mainstream version of it.
Regarding the books, there are some books published by Komal Kothari.
Okay.
There is very interesting book which I will recommend it that everybody should read, those who have interest in Rajasthan, not only music but culture of Rajasthan. It's called Rajasthan and Oral History by Rustam Bharucha, and in conversation with Komal Kothari. Komal Kothari, a name which is very popular in when it comes to culture of Rajasthan and folk music of Rajasthan. And then and there is a publication house in Jodhpur called Rajasthani Granthagar. And they have one of the largest archive of books about culture and folk music. So they can read those. There is some interesting books have been written by Lakshmi Kumari Chundawat about again she was one of the celebrated writers from Rajasthan. She wrote some interesting book about the culture of Rajasthan. So you can read those, and some of these books you might find online also. But because the demand is not much, so you don't find many these kind of books, and they are only popular on the regional level. So the Rajasthani Granthagar, have a very good archive. So people can contact them. You can find their detail online and all. And listening to music is, again, I will say that uh, on YouTube there are some collectors, who have put some good music, who have collected like LPs and all these things, and they have put those music. So you can search, and on YouTube also there are some good element. And in devotional field, there's a page called Ajab Sair, which is promoted by Kabir Yatra. They have some very interesting Rajasthani devotional music. And apart from that, you can on other platform I hardly see any quality music of Rajasthan, at least. So we have been hoping and thinking ki in coming years we will build a studio and do recordings and put out some more quality music of Rajasthan for audience of the world. So yes, that's pretty much to suggest where to listen to the Rajasthani music. And the best I will still say that if you want to listen to do is the live, because the charm is that, because if you ever get a chance to see a folk musician, sit with them and ask them to sing for you, and you will understand the real magic.
Lovely. On that note, I can't wait to get back at it, and hopefully we can meet soon and collaborate and play some music. Uh, Hopefully that will happen soon.
Yes, we are like I said in the beginning that everybody is now very desperate to come back on the stage, and whenever we have lots of musicians abroad. So जहाँ पे situation थोड़ी better हो गई, तो I see people doing little bit. So I feel and I tell them that I am very happy that this is happening, because for 3 4 months, and we are people who constantly traveling and meeting this, thing, that, doing that, and suddenly everything stopped, and we are all sitting in one room and doing nothing. So that has been difficult for even the folk musician. When I talk to them, they all say कि यार और कुछ नहीं, बस थोड़ा बहुत काम शुरू हो जाए तो घर से बाहर निकले, अब तो घर वाले परेशान हो गए हैं.
Oh God, chalo, अपन तो we can only sit and hope. So let's do that. And thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Govind ji. Real pleasure talking to you. And some really insightful stuff you said. So thanks a lot for joining me.
Thank you, and I'm really happy that we were able to do this. And yes, I'm glad, and thank you. And you also stay safe, stay inside, and let's hope and pray that all this should shall pass soon, and the world become normal.
Thank you.